So here we are. Vibes, bit of confusion, disappointment. Bit like United's tactics from the Europa League final the other night, eh? But here we are. So this video, we're doing it on who we're gonna keep, sell, and loan for next season. Big season coming up. It's gonna be huge. With that Europa League final loss, it's just, oh man, I'm just still feeling the pain. I'm sure you are too. And this needs to be done. So here we are. We got 5 categories: crucial, keep, loan, sell, release. I could have easily made a fucking 6 category bin, because we could fucking bin the whole lot of them. Honestly, it would have been a fucking 10-second video. It would be nice and easy. But I want to be somewhat more realistic and bit in depth, because there's going to be players on big contracts. And when I say big contracts, yes, the amount on the wage is one thing, but also the length of the contract's another. Like, we'll get to Luke Shaw in a second, but fuck, mate, how did we give him a deal? Ugh, mate, he's still got 3 years left. All right, so let's get stuck into this. First player, let's do the loan players, all right? Players on loan from this season that didn't really play for us. Jadon Sancho. He needs to go. He needs to be sold. There was talks of him coming back. Chelsea were going to send him back for 5 million because he's been so poor there. And you know what? I can't see that happening. It'd be stupid for Chelsea to send him back. You're going to pay $5 million for an asset not to play. You're better off just keeping him for 12 months, selling him on. Even if you get 15 million, it's a 20 million net difference. Like, a little bit of, I'm no accountant, you know what I mean? But it will be stupid. And mate, if he comes back to United, I'll be spewing. Not happening. Anyways, next player, Marcus Rashford. I'm spewing about this one because I love Marcus. I just really wanted it to work out. But unfortunately, when you're on that new contract, when you're earning 350 bags a week, you need to deliver like you're on 350 bags a week. And unfortunately, his attitude stinks apparently behind the scenes. And obviously, Ruben Amorim wants to set a standard at the club. And for that, he needs to go. Realistically, he won't be at Manchester United for next season. Gone. Next player, Anthony. Another one, gone. He blows my mind, Anthony. He actually blows my mind. Like, you know, I'm scrolling on my feed nearly every week, seeing this guy, you know, score some goals, you know, top bins, left corner, top right corner. Like, he's dribbling past players, tucking into the bottom corner. Like, where were you the last few years? Who is Anthony, honestly? But in saying that, I'm actually pumped he's gone to Betis and done really well. I hope they beat Chelsea in the final, because, you know, hopefully we get a fair bit of money for him. If we could get 40 million for Anthony, I would be pumped. Can't see that happening. But yeah, good luck to Anthony. Tyrell Malacia, another one, gone. Unfortunately, just not good enough. Yeah, good luck. All right, Cheeto. Now, I like this kid. I reckon he's got a big future with Manchester United. It was a great coup for us, getting him from Arsenal. But clearly, he's just not ready. But I think it would be criminal if we sent him back to the 23s for another year. He needs experience. He needs professional games against professional men. You know, like, he needs actual real football. So a loan spell in the Championship for a couple of years would do him well. He's still young. What is he, 17? Yeah. Mate, send him out on loan for a year, see where he goes at the end of the year, and then reassess. At the end of the season, I should say. All right, this is where it gets interesting. All right, Andre Onana. Now, he needs to go. He truly, if we want to be a success next season, or I'm not saying next season, but starting from next season, he's not good enough. He needs to be sold. Now, let me just check something. I want to check. Give us 1 second. I want to see what his contract is. Onana's contract, June 2028. What's that? He's got 3 more years. Fuck, he's on big money too, Onana. Look, whatever it is, we need to cut ties. We need to cut it as a loss, because he's just not good enough. Like, no matter how much time left on his contract or how much money he's on. I think he's on like 180k a week. He needs to go. He's just clearly not good enough. The spine of the team is so important in football, especially that Europa League final. And when you haven't got a good goalkeeper, you're just starting from so far back. And he needs to go. If we want to get anywhere, he needs to go. We need better. All right. Vendia, he second choice, third choice goalkeepers. I'm not too sure. Look, from what we've seen from him, he made some mistakes. I think of that Newcastle game. I think of that game against Tottenham. Realistically, are we going to get rid of him? Look, I'd want to say get rid of him. I'd want to say sell him and get a better second goalkeeper. But I just don't think what we're going to get rid of our first choice and second choice. I just don't see that. So I'm inclined to say keep. We can definitely do better for a second choice goalkeeper. Tom Heaton, I think his contract is expired now. So I think he's going to get released. So yeah, second choice goalkeeper, I would say we need to improve, but I think Buendia is going to stay. All right, Victor Lindelof, his contract's expired. He's going to be gone. I don't know. He was a good servant for the club. Look, signed under Ollie. When he first came in, he was decent. I reckon he's actually got really good passing, especially long-range passing. He could hit a diagonal ball and hit one on target. He's just so uncomfortable on the ball. And unfortunately, in the modern game, you just need to be stepping into midfield, especially if we're going to be playing a high line, and you need to be comfortable on the ball. You see, Yoro did it in the Europa League final. Looked really good. Unfortunately, it's time to move on from Victor Lindelof. Mazraoui, we're going to keep him. I think he had a solid first season. I think he came out of the gates really good. And I think he was decent the whole way through. I was going to say he fell off the second half of the season. I don't think he did. I just think that what we came to expect of Mazraoui is what we got for the second half of the season. But yeah, for the value for money, what we paid for him, 15 million, I think value for money, he's been a top signing. So definitely going to keep him. De Ligt, same thing, solid first season. Unfortunately, we missed him in the Europa League final. He seems good. He seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders. He seems like a good leader. I think he's going to be pretty good. He's going to be really good for the future. All right, Harry Maguire for next season. I think he's got 1 year left on his contract. I would keep him from another year. We're going to make so many signings. Like, we can't get rid of everyone at once. Like, there's talks we're going to get rid of Bruno. You know, like, we need leaders at this club. Like, we can't just get rid of everyone. And I just cannot see us getting rid of Harry Maguire. I think this will be his last season, next season. And I think after that, we're going to run his contract down. We'll let him go. But I think for next season, he will be here. All right, next player, Lisandro Martinez. This is a tough one. I think he will stay. I think he will be here next year. But back-to-back, seasons where he hasn't played at all. Back-to-back seasons where he's been injury-prone. Both serious injuries as well. Do we cash on him now? Is he everything about him's good. I love Lisandro Martinez. I think he's just hard as nails. He seems determined. He seems like the right character you want at your club, but he's injury prone. And it's just like, can you really build a team around him? When he's fit and he's raring to go, he starts. If he was fit for that Europa League final, he would have been in there. He would have been starting for sure. Look, I think we'll keep him next season. But if we were a serious club, I would look at getting value for money for him, because I just don't see him being a long-term stay for Manchester United, and he's injury prone. Unfortunately, it's a cruel game. I just think maybe it's time to cash in on him, but I don't think we'll do that this year. Patrick Dorgu. Wow, this is a tough one. Patrick Dorgu, I liked what I seen from him in his first two games for us, but after that, he's struggled. He really, really has struggled. And I'm not talking like, he needs to adapt the system. I'm talking just as a basic footballer, like misplaced passes from like 10 yards. He's all on his own, whip a good cross in, mate, you're all open, find a target, mate, he sprays it and goes for a goal kick. And it's like, mate, you can't teach someone that. Like, either you have that or you don't. Not even as a professional footballer, as you at home. Mate, if you can't put a cross in all by yourself, mate, no one can help you. Now, where he did redeem himself a little bit, and it probably means nothing, I thought he was our best player in the Europa League final. Him and Lenny Yoro. I think that left wing back spot, again, if we were a serious football club with, trying to get back into that Champions League spot, Patrick Dorgu is not the man, in my opinion. But for next season, he just came. He signed a 5-year deal. He'll be there next season. I have my doubts about him. Lenny Yoro. Easy, this one. He's going to be the first player I put into this crucial spot. Again, critical for us. He is the future of this team. There's only a couple players you could probably build a team around, or at least a few core players in this team that you could build a future around, and he's one of them. I thought in the Europa League final, he was immense. I'm so glad he played, but unfortunately, we didn't fucking win. Oh, man, I've got to stop thinking about that. But yeah, Lenny Yoro, top first season. Shaky start. We all know about that Southampton game where he struggled and got skinned, but he'll learn. He's only 18, mate. He's 18. Like, he's going to get 6 years experience and still only be 24 coming into his prime. So, long may it continue, Lenny Yoro. All right, Dalot. We'll keep him. Didn't have the best of seasons. Had a really good season last season, but unfortunately in this season really struggled. And I don't blame him to struggle, to be honest. He did get a lot of flack, but he's been playing out of position. Like those first 13 games for Ten Hag this season, he's playing left back. We're talking about a right back here. So you get any of these players here and play them out of position, we'll see how they go. I'm sure they will struggle. But yeah, he had some good games, came in and out of form. But over and all, if we're going to be real, he did struggle. Look, like I said about all these players, if we're a serious squad, we probably would talk about upgrading Dalot. I just don't think that's going to happen this season. We probably got bigger priorities for next season. So yeah, Dalot, I'll be keeping him. Luke Shaw. Oh, mate. Honestly, I want to sell Luke Shaw. I want to sell him. He's been injury prone for too long now. He's been poor since he's come back. By the way, Luke Shaw needs to know that barbecue, is that cancelled now? Like, because I heard he wants to know. He's been poor. Like, what can I say? He missed the whole season, came back. How many games? You know what? Let's check this. How many games did he play this season? Let's have a look. Match appearances, Luke Shaw. He played 12, started 5. He started 5 games for us, all competitions, and one of those was the Europa League final. Looking at that, that's madness, isn't it? Like, but here's the thing. Let's check his contract. 2027 that it's expired. He's still got 2 more years, not 3. He's still got 2 years. And I think he's on like 200 bags a week. Like, can we sell him? Like, what kind of fee could you get for Luke Shaw? It wouldn't be much. Everyone knows he's injury prone. Look, he was a quality player a couple of years ago. Under Eric Ten Hag, under Ollie, He was a really, really good player. Killed it for England. Scored in the final, the Euros. Solid player. But it's 2025 next season. 2026. Going forward, I think we need to cash in on him. I think it's time we need to build an actual team and build on from Luke Shaw. I would sell Luke Shaw. Whether or not that happens is another thing, but I would sell Luke Shaw. Christian Eriksen, he needs to go. I think his contract is gone anyways. Let's see, contract expiring. Yeah, Christian Eriksen is expired. He won't be here next year. Look, we got him on a free. We haven't lost nothing on him. The first season, he was good for us under Ten Hag, but he's way off the pace. All right, Aiden Haven, Jesus Christ. Heaven, he looks like a solid boy. He looks like a solid defender. Like, mate, him and Yoro for the future look really good. Now, next season, we're not going to have European football. We're going to be limited on games. Is he going to get the game time? He's only 18 years of age. I'm thinking, do we send him out on loan next season? Just like Cheeto. Because basically, next season, we're just going to be using the same 11 week in, week out. Obviously, we're going to rotate here, there. Injuries happen. But is he just better off just going out on loan for a season while he's still young and getting in 50 games this season? Because he ain't going to get 50 games next season. I would loan him out next season. That would be my move. I won't be surprised if he doesn't, especially if we get rid of some defenders like, Lindelof's gone. Maybe he might reply. I don't know. I just don't know with Haven. But yeah, definitely keep. Definitely, I would say he's one for the future. Johnny Evans, mate, his contract's expired. Madness that how he came back to us last year. Like, literally had no team, was on pre-season, looking for some fitness. Yeah, let's give him a 1-year deal. He did well. We gave him another year. 2 years we gave him. That's crazy. But I like Johnny Evans. And you know what I will say about Johnny Evans? His first stint at Manchester United, he was really, really looked down upon. He got some grief that was undeserved, in my opinion. To have this second stint at Manchester United and got all the love from the fans, it was good to see. I'm actually really happy the way his career turned out at Man United. But for now, he needs to go. His contract's done anyways. All right, Manuel Ugarte. Oh, this is a hard one. This is a hard one. 50 million came in this year. A lot of talk about, when Amrin came in, it's his guy from Sporting. He's Ugarte's Amrin signing. Lads, let me tell you something. In the biggest game of the season, everything riding on the line, Manuel Ugarte didn't even get a minute. Didn't even get brought onto the pitch. That's saying something. Like, I get it. Tactically, we had to advance. We had a lot of the ball. He's not really good on the ball. We had to, create chances. That's not his game. But, mate, mate, you're Amrin's guy, mate. Did we get the wrong midfielder? He ain't going nowhere, so I would keep him. He's got the legs. He can get up and down. I don't know about his first season. I wouldn't say his first season was good. It started off crap, got a bit better, went a bit crap again. His form's been up and down, a bit like the lows this season. I just don't know. But we've got bigger fish to fry, in my opinion. Hopefully, he's had 12 months in England now. He can adapt. He can kick on. He can improve. But I don't know, man. A big question mark around him going into next season. But he just got here. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And, we've got bigger fish to fry. And yeah, he'll be staying here next season. Harry Amas, he's another one. He's only young too, 18 years old. I'd like to loan him out for next season. Especially, I don't know. It's a hard one. Like, I honestly, I think I prefer Harry Amas over Dorgu, you know. I know Dorgu's a bit more physical. You know, he looks like he's got the more physicality. He looks a bit bigger. Looks like he can get up and down the pitch. He looks like a lot, you know, he's just got more power in him. But Harry Amas just looks like more of a footballer. Like, he could pass the ball around. He could ping it. He looks comfortable in the ball. He looks like he could put a good cross in, something Dorgu can't. But being so young, he needs game time. And I think a loan move, again, to a championship side, I think would be a good move for him for 12 months. He's only young. I think he just turned 18. Is he 17? 18? Yeah, a loan move for Harry Amas. That's what I would do. Mason Mount. Oh, God. This is a hard one. Mason Mount. Again, Luke Shaw, we're going to give him shit for being injury prone. How did we give Chelsea £50 million for Mason Mount when we could have got him for free 12 months later? Like, this conversation's different if we got Mason Mount for free. But because we paid $50 million for him, and now he's missed pretty much both seasons through injury, Amram loves him. Amram loves him. Look, I think we're going to keep him. I think he will stay next season. But if we were serious, we would sell him. I genuinely believe we would sell him. You cannot miss that much football in 2 seasons. Being on that, and he's on 250 grand a week as well. Being on that kind of money, you need to be delivering a lot more for this football club. Look, I would probably sell him, but realistically, we're going to keep him. Casemiro, he's not going anywhere. He'll still be here. I think, what's he got left? He's got one more. This is going to be the last year on his contract next season. So, yeah. Look, we kind of knew this when we signed him. We knew when he came from Real Madrid, he's past his best. He's going to decline every year. I think this season's been a little bit better than last season. Albeit last year's the end of last season was fucking horrendous for Casemiro. I didn't think we'll see a way back for him. I think Amram coming in for him has been a godsend for him. And, mate, this Europa League campaign for Casemiro, he was fantastic. Does he have another season left in him like that? I'm not too sure. I believe we will start to see the decline of Casemiro. We'll wait and see. But, yeah, I expect him to be here next year. We're going to run out his contract. And, yeah, this time next year, we're probably going to have to replace him. But, yeah, he'll be here. Kobbie Mainoo. Mate, for me, this kid is crucial. This kid needs to stay. Like, the talks about us selling him is ridiculous. Can we just go back 12 months, yeah? Literally won us an FA Cup final. Literally won us games on his own 2 feet. I think of the Wolves game. He was fantastic. Liverpool at Old Trafford last year. Phenomenal. He was, 18? Literally forced his way into the England side and started in a European Championship final. What a season. What a season. This season, gets injured, Amram comes in and just doesn't fancy him. He just does not fancy him. I don't know why. People say it's systematic. He doesn't fit into the system of Amram, doesn't fit into the 2 pivots there. He plays him at number 10. He has played at number 10 every time he does play for Amram. But it's not really his position. But he is good. He is good. I just think you look back at that Leon game. He for his goal, he got us back in it. For him not to get more than 2 minutes in that Europa League final, especially when we had ball, when we were gonna have possession of the ball, it's fucking criminal. Honestly, I think Kobe Mainu, he is a player you build this team around. Like I said, setting foundations through the spine of the team. Lenny Yoro, Kobe Mainu in the middle. You build a team around these guys. I just pray to God we don't sell him. Especially for FFP reasons. You got to be joking me. I pray every day that we are not going to sell Kobe Mainu. He's crucial for us. Toby Collier. Look, I liked what I've seen from him this year. The debut against Liverpool was rough. It depends who he gets in, or who gets into our team, but could he do with a loan, or should we keep him? Look, I'd say we're going to struggle for midfielders, especially if we do sell Bruno. Yeah, I'd say we keep him. But if it looks like we're going to be bringing in midfielders, I would put him out on loan. I like what I see from him. He's got a chance of a long-term career at Manchester United if he keeps on going. I like what I see. Joshua Zirkzee. All right, this is another hard one. Joshua Zirkzee came in, was a rough start. A lot of fans didn't like what they see. Number 9. What does he say? I'm a 9.5. He's a striker that doesn't score goals. That sounds like a shit striker to me. Look, I actually like him. He's tidy on the ball. He looks comfortable on the ball. I would keep him. We've got bigger fish to fry next season. There's going to be a lot of players going and coming. I would keep him around, but he needs to improve, if you ask me. He needs to at least start delivering some chances next season. But yeah, I'd give him a pass for this season. Amad Diallo. Look, Amad. I think it's obvious. He is a phenomenal player. I look back at Eric Ten Hag's time at Manchester United and I think to myself, how on earth did you get this one so wrong? Like, how on earth were you not playing this kid? Look, I don't think he's perfect. Like, that Europa League final, that was poor from him. That was poor. But he wasn't the only one. You know, there was 9 others on that pitch that were poor just like him. But he's young as well. And he doesn't have that many games under his belt. We've got to remember that too. You know, this was pretty much, you know, his first full season. Oh, last year he played as well, but he was injured a lot last year. This was his first season where he predominantly played. I know he got injured on the back end, but from start to finish had a really good season. Mate, a spine of this team, Lenny Yoro, Kobe Mainu, and Amad Diallo. That is a good spine. That is a good spine of a team. All right, Rasmus Højlund. Look, I like the kid. I like his determination. I like his attitude. I like everything about him off the pitch. But to no fault of his own, he is just not good enough. Again, questions need to be asked. How did we spend 70 million on this kid? Like, even when we signed him, look, I'm not going to be, you know, I'm not going to lie to you and say I watched fucking heaps of Serie A and see how he was doing before he came to United. But I seen he scored 10 goals in his previous season before Manchester United. And I was like to myself, how is a striker who's only got 10 goals all season, the season before coming to us, going to lead the line for Manchester United at his age? It's, even if, you know, you get someone like Victor Gyökeres, yeah? Look, I'm not saying we're going to get him. But, like, being at his age, his goals, coming to Manchester United, can you come in with the pressure? Can we see it? You look at Darwin Núñez for Liverpool. Scored a lot of goals, come to the Premier League. Can he lead the line for Liverpool? It's a lot of pressure. But to get a kid like Rasmussen, who's only scored 10 goals, he only played like a handful of games the season before, that decision baffles me. absolutely baffles me. But look, I wouldn't even loan him out. I wouldn't even. He just needs to go. We just need to cut our losses for him. Will we sell him? I'm not too sure, but we need to. We just need to cut our ties with him. Look, in an ideal world, we'll see him gone. All right, Alejandro Garnacho. Oh, this is another tough one. Look, the row between him and Ruben Amorim after the Europa League final didn't look good. Didn't seem good. Look, I could get why he's angry, why he did that interview after the Europa League final, pissed off. You know, he started pretty much every Europa League game except the final. That would piss me off too. Especially he loses his spot to Mason Mount, who's been, injured all season. But what I will say to Garnacho is, you don't really have a right to be upset. It's not like you were tearing up trees left, right, centre all season. You've been poor all season. You've been wasteful all season. Look, there's a player in you. I wouldn't want you to go. In fact, he's probably my favourite player at the club right now, Garnacho. He's young. There's so much upside for Garnacho. I wouldn't sell him personally. But it looks like we're going to sell him. I would keep him. But if he's pissed off and he's not happy with Amorim, he needs to go. And it looks like we're going to sell him anyways. But look, I would keep him. I'm going to keep him. I know he's going to be sold, and I think there's like a 10% chance he's going to stay next season. But there's a player in there. I know he's got bad decision making. I know he can be extremely frustrating. But I tell you what, whenever we got the ball, he's the only one that looks like he's going to be dangerous on the ball besides Ahmad. Like when Ahmad was injured in the back end of the season, Garnacho was the only one that looked lively, that looked like he could do something. Even the Europa League final, mate. When he came on, he looked like the only one that was going to do something. Do you know what it is? He shouldn't be playing the amount of games he's playing at his age. We are relying on him way too much. All right, let's look at this. This season, Garnacho, he's played the most games out of anyone this season, Garnacho. He has played 58 games this season. Bruno Fernandes, 56 games. He's played 2 more games than Bruno. What's his goals and assists like? He's the second best in the team. Look, I know it's been a shit season, but he's got 21 goals and assists. The second best behind Bruno Fernandes. Look, I know this season, it's a low bar. It's a very low bar. But he's the second best at the club. And there's talks we're going to be selling Bruno as well. So what? We're going to be selling our best and our second best players with goals and assists this season. That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, we need... Look, unless we're going to bring in someone guaranteed to come in and replace Garnacho, Cunha looks like it's going to be that. I would keep him. But talking about Bruno Fernandes, let's get to him. This is the big question. Do we sell? Do we keep Bruno? Yeah, an unbelievable season. 56 games, 36 goals and assists. He's been immense for us this season, Bruno Fernandes. You know, in a team for the last couple of years, we've been crying out for a leader. We've been crying out for a captain. Whether you like him or not, he's stepped up a lot. He's never injured. He plays every game. He scores all types of goals, creates all types of goals. By and far, our best player by a mile. It's not even close. He's clutch when it comes to penalties. Like, when he takes a penalty, 9 times out of 10 it's going in. Saudi's coming in with a big offer. He's 31 now. Is it time to cash in? Let's just put this out there. I don't know how real this is, but let's just say in a mad world, never gonna happen, but in a mad world, we make top 4 next season, get Champions League. Not gonna happen, but let's just say it did. All right, let's live in that world for a second. The next time we get back into the Champions League, Bruno will be 33. Can he still be the same player for us in 2 years' time? That is the $1 million question. He's turned up. He's been massive for us. And in the big games, he has fucking delivered. Now, you could argue in the biggest game of them all this season, that Europa League final, he was nowhere to be seen. But to be fair, there was 10 players on that pitch that were nowhere to be seen. I would, next season, look, personally, I'd keep him. I wouldn't sell him. I wouldn't sell him next season. I would... You can't let Bruno go. I just cannot see it. In life, you've got to be careful what you wish for. If we already struggle to create goals and score goals, mate, if we let Garnacho go and Bruno go, mate, I just cannot see how we're going to create chances. And I do not want to live in that world where we don't have Bruno Fernandes for Manchester United. That would be a huge loss for us. But yeah, there you go. I don't know why Malacia's appeared twice on my list, but that's it. That is my list of who I would keep, loan, sell, release, and 3 players who are crucial for us in this team. Yeah. So tell me what you think. Get your comments down below. Who would you keep? Who would you sell? Who would you say is 100% must be sold in that team? Like, I look at that list now. Sancho, Rashford, Antony, Malacia, Onana, Luke Shaw, Rasmus Højlund. Between all of them, could we conjure up 100 million? How much was Sancho? How much did we get from him? 25? Was it 20? Rashford, we'll probably get about 40. Antony, could we get 30 million for him? There's almost 100 million there. Malacia, I think let him go for free. Onana, mate, we're gonna get chalk. Mate, we'll get fuck all for him. Luke Shaw, same thing. We're not gonna get much for him. Rasmus, how much are we gonna get for Rasmus? 25 million, if that. So all up, we're probably looking around 120 million for that lot. Cunha's gonna cost 62 million. Are we gonna get the lap? Who knows? But yeah, get your comments in below. Tell me who you sell, who would you loan, who would you keep and release. Anyways, I've been your boy Curtis. Take care. Peace.